From the land down under, with the rock at its centre, comes the little Aussie Watchman. As it becomes clearer to the Western masses that the world's winters are getting colder, the global warming propagandists are going into brainwashing overdrive. According to an article in the New York Times, the fact that North American winters seem to be getting colder is because, now get this, it is because the Arctic is warmer. And therefore the cold weather is going further south. Well, clearly. So let me get this straight. When the Arctic is warmer, the North American continent is colder. Okay, right. How stupid do they think we are? Have these ivory tower individuals ever predicted that the North American continent would get colder as the Arctic gets warmer? No. But many people have predicted this cooling. In fact, many scientists have predicted reducing temperatures over the next decade as a direct result of reducing solar radiation. However, I must give credit to the Times article. They actually have reported the fact that winters in North America and Europe have trended colder over the past quarter of a century. This is an absolute win on the part of true science, as getting the truth about this cooling has been very difficult to publicise. The fact that this bastion of media establishmentarianism then tries to tie this into the burning of fossil fuels is truly comical, especially after decades of telling us that temperatures are rising, snow will be disappearing and the oceans will be rising, none of which have been particularly obvious to me. However, I do know that here in Victoria, Australia, the ski season last year was extended. Imagine that, which was fantastic. And I do know, however, that my lemon tree, which has never been seriously affected by frost, was absolutely hammered during the last winter, and I got no lemons at all from my lemon tree, which is normally bountiful. The whole thing can be described as one great lemon-sized pseudoscience ideological propaganda campaign. Yes, I am aware that localized weather doesn't necessarily reflect climate, but it is clear that winters are getting colder and longer over the last 25 years. Now it is the time to get ready for the intellectual flip that global cooling is actually due to global warming. It is not at all reflected by the number of sunspots. Why would that be? Scary thing is that global warming policies have harmed the world's ability to protect against reducing temperatures. Cheap energy sources have been marginalized. Coal-fired power plants have been replaced by costly and inadequate power sources. Nations have not prepared themselves by not protecting their poorest and by not protecting their food sources. Just in case you are not aware that there are many scientists who have predicted this global cooling trend during winter, I'll give you an example. Professor Valentina Zarkova of Northumbria University has used mathematical modelling to predict that there will be an especially drastic reduction of temperatures between 2020 and 2053. This is due to the prediction of the reduction of intensity of solar radiation. This has happened previously, for example in the 17th century, when the globe went through an unusual cooling period. Hopefully, our country will have woken up prior to this time and realised that cheap and reliable energy will be amply required if this predicted cooling does actually materialise. Given that these same scientists have correctly predicted colder winters, one would think they should be listened to.